Welcome to the end of summer adventure with Christopher Quest. We got the 14-foot bris with us this time. Got some fun plans.
It's alright, it's okay. Chris is traveling today.
Oh yeah, baby.
It's alright, it's okay. Across the country.
Alright, we're getting the Lily Bella ready to go. Still pulling her with the Durango. And she is ready for an adventure. It's gonna be a fun time. I don't know if you can see it over there. I've got the 14-foot bris is already in. I just gotta unstrap this baby, hook it up, get her in the water. The Lily Bella is kind of a mess. I haven't set anything up yet. You can kind of see, you don't have the cushions out, nothing. Just kind of got at the dock. I said, let's get to our destination or get moving towards it, and then I'll set up after a little while. Pause at any point, but it's kind of hot, so I wanted to get the boat moving and get a cool breeze going. It should be interesting, should be fun. All right, let's book. Block some of the sun with the white towel. See, I don't have anything set up really yet. Put some cushions out, but basically want to get down to our close to the anchorage and go ahead and get to the anchorage before I set everything up in the boat. By moving along right away, gets the air moving and it's a lot cooler. Gorgeous day. This is Florida's intercoastal waterway in Florida's Panhandle. Headed towards Pensacola. We are going to the other side of Pensacola once again, near Big Lagoon, only some different places that we haven't been before. Some new beaches. Should be a good time. This is the opening to Pensacola Harbor. That's the Gulf. Right out there, that beautiful turquoise water. We're going that way. Let's see, these rocks and stuff, this is all new. Oh my God, it's gonna be some great snorkeling. The water's really clear, or at least clear for around here. Cool. All right, I made it to a really nice little anchorage. Kind of show you some of this area. Now, things are calm. Everything's good. It's going to be a really nice evening, and I'm hoping that tomorrow, even if it's warm, we'll be a little more set up. You know, I won't be trying to do this. I'm going to do more stuff in the boat. I'm going to be getting in the water. That's like key in this hot weather. It's definitely getting in the water. Also up front, I've got the rain collection set up. and a new 5-gallon container for rainwater. And I've got some filters that I'll be using as well, because there's, you know, you just always end up with some junk in your tray there. But it should work pretty good. I've got these new filters that should plug right in to this hose, and then should work really well. Dinner tonight is going to be very simple because I'm kind of burnt out. Don't feel like cooking anything. Crackers, ham and cheese with crackers. Looks pretty exciting, huh? Well, there it is, the Zero Breeze. It's cranking. And I tell you what, it's a lifesaver. I mean, it is still 85 out. It's night. First night. Trying to stay cool, and this is really pretty amazing. Tomorrow I'm going to charge it direct solar. I'll show you how I do that. Anyway, just wanted to note that I'm watching some YouTube and just realizing how nice it is to have this Zero Breeze. Holy Toledo. Well, I'll tell you what, having a nice bed, boy, does it make a difference in comfort. Oh my gosh, it was so nice. This is a 8-inch queen size mattress. Still has some room on the corners on the back, and I cut it to fit. I did mention it in another video, but I basically just took the cushions, laid it on top of the queen bed, and then just cut it with a long razor knife. Anyway, it's 8 inches of foam, with 2 inches of that is memory foam on the top, and oh man, I tell you what, for going out, you have to have a good place to sleep that's comfortable, where you can get some good rest. I'm really happy with that. Last night was great. Okay, and then you can see I've got this hose here that went to the Zero Breeze, so I could turn on the air conditioning when I wanted to with the little remote control. Worked awesome. Anyway, getting ready to make breakfast here in just a minute, and then we're going to do something today. I don't know what exactly yet, but something. So it's a bit windy, and which points us east pretty much. And right here is a entryway to another anchorage that a lot of big boats go into. Which means that as they go in, they're going to be sending their wakes this way. Although by the time it gets here, it'll be died down quite a bit. It still rocks the boat pretty good. So I got these, I may have talked about these before, I don't know. These things called rocker stoppers. And you hang them up, you can see there's 3. And what you do is, I'll show you how it's tied up. It looks like this, and it's got some chain at the bottom to give it some weight, and you hang it off the side of the boat. And I put it, it works really good because I can hang it right on the winch, so it handles the stress really well. And I put one of those on both sides. Let them sink. Pull this underneath everything. And then I'm just going to hook it right on here. What I found from these things is that the initial rocking, it doesn't really help that much, but it seems like it stops faster, or how do you want to say that? However you want to say that, you know, it's like boom, 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 and a lot of times you just keep rocking for a little while after you get started. They seem to help with that after rock. You know, it's like you're going to get that initial rocking, but then it stops very quickly with these things. I think it does have an effect on that. So now we'll put the other side in, and got one for this side. We'll hook it up as well. You can see where the hose comes out for the water collector. I talked about that before. It's actually a pan for an appliance, like a washer. You can get a pan, and it had a drain on it, and I just drilled some holes for the bungees to go on there to hold it in place. But I've used it before. It actually collects a lot of water when it's raining. But it has to, you know, once the water comes down this hose, then I put it on this inline filter. Now, I'm going to use this inline filter for several different things. But for this, I think it'll work really good before the water goes into the jug, just to get out any particulate. I mean, obviously that filter's not going to get out any kind of bacteria or anything like that, but we'll hope the rainwater's not too bad and no birds fly over. But I don't drink this water. I use it to shower, wash dishes, wash off the boat, stuff like that. See, we're kind of rocking right now. And those should be helping a little bit. Still got a pretty good rocking going on, but it's okay, it's not bad. I think I'm gonna hook up the wind collector. Get up some breeze, but it's intermittent because the boat does move a bit. So you get some air and then you don't, and this should help. So what I've got here is a this is a flag post holder. And what's nice about it is that you can adjust the angle, and it's just got a hook in the front. And I cut these two spaces out. This was actually a NSF. This is actually just a cutting board that I bought on Amazon, a heavy duty cutting board. And then in order to put this up, I need some clamps. I kind of set it up as a temporary setup, but I tend to use it more. Probably at some point I should make attach this up here somewhere in this hatch. Anyway, this bar is here because there was a hatch air conditioner that I had. The only problem was it pulled 300 watts to run the darn thing, so that was just too much, unless you're plugged in at a dock or something. But anyway, this was the bar that was necessary for it to grab onto to sit there in the hatch, and so I now just have it in there because it helps me with this thing. So I'll show you how I put that up, because I really don't want to adjust it after I get it in, but I can, but I don't want to. So that just sits right there like that. You see why I've made those reliefs, because I've got these clamps that have to hold it in. This is the rubber piece on that one. And that's in there really well. Now I use those pieces of PVC just to give me something to clamp onto, because otherwise it doesn't really, goes into the groove and not good. Okay, so there's the base. Now we'll put in the flag. So what we've got here is a 3-foot by 5-foot flag, and I just got a white blank flag. Came with grommets, and I put it in a piece of this plumbing and on a post. Get this so it's not twisted. There we go. And that holds the top, and that goes out. You see, I had another size in there too. It had a smaller flag at one time, and this one's about worn out. We'll hope it holds up right now. I think we got this backwards. We want this direction, just like that. And then what we've got is the second half of this is another piece of plumbing that drops down the sides and should funnel the air It's all twisted. Let's see if we can untwist it here. So now this is just going to go into the flag post, this piece, and this is going to hook to the hook. And this hooks into here. And now I can see I need to adjust the post up. I got it way too angled down. So I'm going to have to climb up there and fix that. Fix this twist here too. Well, you can see how it catches the air, man. It really, now it's blowing down here, but it's going to be like 88 today, so. Okay, I'm going to move that post. And there you have it. Now what I can do is, I'm going to take little clamps, clamp up this thing so it's not flapping. Put a couple little clamps in there just to, I could cut this off, but I really don't want to do that. I think it, or I can just leave it flap. It's up, you know, whatever. But we're definitely catching the wind no matter which way the boat goes. This will, you know, turn to the wind and be able to, you know, always get us some air. Which is what we want. I'm going to have to adjust this. Hang on a second. There we go. We just put a little clip there to get the... Now, that's what we want. Man, it's blowing. That's awesome. There's how it looks from the top. Shoot, yeah, man. Early in the day, but you got to get ready. Probably turn off that anchor light. I also cover the gas cans just because no need to heat them up to 110 degrees. All right, everything's good. I am getting ready to cook breakfast, and I think I'm gonna have steak and eggs. I've got these little skinny steaks. They're like the cheapest piece of meat you can buy, sliced super thin so that you can make them into steaks so they're not so chewy. But actually they're really great with a couple of eggs. So I might do that this morning. Gonna be good. Gonna be a beautiful day. Might do a little carousing on the Beezer there. So the battery from the air conditioner will charge hooked up direct. They give you this wire. I don't know if I bought this as an extra or whatever, but anyway. So I'm going to try disconnecting because my connections for the 250 watt panels is right here. So it'd be like 100 watts panel going in. And I'm going to try this just because it's down a couple of bars on power on the air conditioner. It's got this healthy, I'm going to take it off right now. It's got this healthy battery on it. But I think I can just slide this off. I think. Sheesh. So there's the battery and the hookup. So we've got, these are the two wires incoming for the 250 watts out front. And you can see here I disconnected them from the Blue Eddy and now connected them to this directly. And by golly, it's charging. Fantastic. Awesome. Okay. Well, we're going to let that charge for a while like that. And let the 200s charge the Blue Eddy, and I think we're good. Well, I've got the refrigerator set to freeze. I've actually got it set for 26. It's now at 31, and in the heat, you know, it has a heck of a time. It does generally keep it down pretty cold. And I stuff in here I really want pretty frozen. These chicken pieces I have here on top are not frozen. These, everything else is, God, these are frozen solid still. But stuff right on top's having a little bit harder time. So I think I'm gonna have chicken and eggs, and we're gonna eat this chicken before we eat anything else in that freezer. Keep that closed. Anyway, so I think we're gonna do some pan-fried chicken and eggs for breakfast. Got some regular olive oil. Hey, that worked pretty good. I rotated the table a little, get a little more out of the wind. That worked really good. Looking good. All right, I think our chicken is done. And I think we're just gonna use this chicken oil to cook the eggs, because you know, I'm not exactly a restaurant, so why be wasteful and put more oil in there? Interesting. Yeah, you know, that's doing really well in the wind. I was gonna put up that little aluminum wind blocker, but I'd have to dig it out of storage, but it's worked just fine. And there you go, boat breakfast. And just need some hot sauce. We're gonna chow down. Ow, that plate's hot as hell. Okay. All right, the next thing we're gonna do, since I think I'm committed to stay here a couple of days at least in this general area. We may move, but only slightly, to get to a little bit shallower water. Would be kind of cool, and I really am thinking about that. I only have to move a couple 100 feet. It just puts you a little closer to shore. Right now we're getting some biting flies, but that's, you know, you just have to deal with the good. What comes with some of the pain in the necks. What I'm going to do right now is fill the ballast. And I think filling the ballast will give me a little more stable situation here with the number of boats going by. I hope. I'm going to try. So to fill the ballast, you get underneath this step. And this is like the pressure release or whatever. So what we do here is watch for the water level to get up to about this point inside there, and then we cap it off and turn the valve off. Okay, so right now the valve's open, which is like an air release, which will let it fill pretty quick. Okay, here we go. Let's open that valve. Look at that mud. Came from the stern anchor. Let's feel the air coming out. Still feel the air blowing out of there, so she's still filling. Don't feel any air rushing out anymore. All right, our valve's turned off. Whoa. Oh yeah, right over Christopher Quest. Yes, we feel safe here in Florida's Panhandle. This is the Blue Angels playground. This is where they practice, where they train, and all of that. It's awesome to be out here and be able to watch them. All right. Ease. All right, so we've got the ballast full. We've got the rocker stoppers. We're anchored in a really good spot with the wind. Now we're gonna see how it is when we get waked, when the next big boat comes by. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully it helps a little bit. In the meantime, we'll watch the Blue Angels. Look at that.